Hey guys, it's Ken Crane, Britt London here with PLEA. We're going to do a video update message for you. It's been several months since we've done one. Got really busy with the election, the holidays, and all that good stuff, so we're going to try to get back to doing these. Today's Friday, January 26th, and first thing I want to talk about is we're going to start something new called an annual management supervision survey. Look for that to come out in the next week or two. It's going to be a hyperlink sent to you probably through an email to do a survey. We would strongly encourage each and every one of you to take this survey. We need as much feedback as possible on this. We want feedback both good and bad, not just bad stuff, but it's going to be a chance, it'll be a unique survey that each of you will be able to evaluate everybody in your chain of command. So you'll be able to evaluate your sergeant, your lieutenant commander, your division chief, and management on the fourth floor, and we'll have a special section called the Chief's annual report card that we're going to start doing. So you get to evaluate and tell the chief how you think they're doing in a variety of areas. So our goal is to do this annually. We're taking a page out of the Orange County Sheriff's Office Police Union Handbook. They do this. It's turned into a kind of a really positive thing that they do every year. So we're going to try to do that here. It's a form of a 360-degree evaluation. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Britt, and we'll tag team some topics here.
So last week an E&S was distributed regarding a change in the body-worn camera policy. So in case you didn't check your email or you didn't get information from your sergeant, effective this past Monday, January 22nd, if you are assigned a body-worn camera, you also have to have that on your off-duty or extra-duty job. So the E&S was specific that your camera has to be charged, so make sure it's charged, and that you will download any footage caught during your off-duty job at the end of your next patrol shift. So our recommendation is to make sure that you do follow the policy and ensure that that camera is charged. I don't know how long the charge lasts, but if you're on a 410 and you're working all 3 days, 30 hours, that may take all the charge that you have, so just ensure that the camera is charged. Ken?
So the next thing I want to talk about is we had our monthly meeting with the chief on January 3rd. We try to have a standing monthly meeting with the chief to discuss issues of concern to us, and they let us know what's going on their end or any concerns they have. You probably already know the motors are being once again centralized. So seems like every few years we either centralize or decentralize, and it goes back and forth, but now we're going to centralize the motors. It's just not working out having them decentralized. So they're already in process to hammer that out and get that going. There's going to be an after-action review coming out on our performance at the Trump rally. Clearly, at least from where we sit, we think the department did a phenomenal job on the way they handled that. Excuse me, there's some concerns raised by citizens groups, and we were going to bring in an outside group to evaluate. That got shot down, and so the police department did an internal report that's supposed to get released pretty soon here, so we'll see how that turns out. We'll be looking for that. The only thing they said that was probably going to come out of that was probably some minor procedural tweaks on how we handle large events. Britt?
Just a reminder, if you're on FMLA leave or need to take FMLA leave, please call FMLA source. Don't rely upon your sergeant or supervisor to do it for you. PLEA was recently notified of a situation that occurred where an officer did not notify FMLA source themselves. It got a little bit messy, took a little bit to undo it. So the easiest thing to do is call FMLA source if you're going to take FMLA leave and follow any instruction that they give you.
So the next topic real quick is, as you know, if you followed Facebook or our website, we had an issue over at AZ Post, and the issue was they appointed a Phoenix police commander to what's supposed to be a civilian position. The issue we had was not so much with the commander, that the individual who's the commander per se. It was more the mechanism and the problems with AZ Post and the governor's office on boards and commissions. This should not have happened. We put some public pressure on post, and our state group, the APA, also put pressure on the governor's office of boards and commissions. So we a little bit of media pressure and website and Facebook pressure. So ultimately, that commander relinquished that position, and so we got that straightened out. But it raises a whole host of issues that we're starting to have with AZ Post, and we're even starting to pursue some legislative remedies that you'll probably be hearing more about in that regard. Britt?
Next, we have a lot of new brother and sister officers. We're so glad to have you here. But regarding what you may perceive as a grievance, if you have an issue with your supervisor, please always try to take care of it informally. Just talk to your supervisor. 9 times out of 10, it's a communication problem. If that doesn't work for you, please call the office, 602-246-7869. We can tell you exactly what a grievance is and can assist you further. And also, not every problem will reach the level of a grievance. There are other avenues to take care of your problem, but whenever in doubt, just call the PLEA office.
So, real quick update on manpower and staffing. We had an original goal, as you know, that we wanted to have 1,096 in patrol. Called over to the department this morning to talk to some folks and get some updated numbers on that. And currently we have 1,180 in patrol. Now that does not include net officers or other patrol specialties. And that number also includes 60 officers in training, if I got the numbers right. We have a total of 2,820 sworn on the department. And if you remember, the city manager stated that his goal was to have 3,125 by this coming summer. So we will see if we hit that target. It's a huge struggle to stay ahead of the curve and rebuild after 6 years of not hiring. Lots of people in drop, lots of retirees going out the door, and other forms of attrition, and trying to get the hiring to stay up with it. So they are filtering the detectives that were pulled off the street back out to patrol functions. The other thing that came up is they just had a big sergeant's process. 17 were just pulled off that list. And so what that did is created a large deficit in SAU and homicide details. A lot of the folks in those details tested high. So they're going to immediately work to backfill SAU and homicide detective positions as a result of that attrition and those people getting promoted. On the legislative front, the state legislature is in session, as is the case every year through our state group, the APA. We usually are very active at the legislature, either trying to drop bills to get new legislation passed that will be beneficial to police officers, or to strengthen our Bill of Rights, or to work on pension and benefits issues, things of that nature. And then we also get stuck defending against bills that are adversarial to us. So we have to play offense and defense every year. There's way too many issues to get into in a short video, but keep your eye on the magazine and the PLEA website. We'll try to pump legislative updates out through those communications venues. So if you're interested in that, you can at least read and kind of track what we're doing at the legislature. Anything else, Britt?
The last topic I have is regarding flex time. If you have been told to take flex time in lieu of cash or comp time for overtime compensation, please call the office and ask for me so we can fix that problem. And that's all I have, Ken.
Yeah, just one other thing on flex time. There's really only 2 legitimate forms of flex time, and that's you're allowed to flex time on an industrial injury for going to appointments, and the other one is
or DRB.
So if you have to attend a disciplinary review board or use of force board on your day off, you're allowed to flex time. Other than that, flex time is this unicorn that doesn't really exist. You're not allowed to do it. Supervisors aren't allowed to do it. It's not covered in the MOU, and
you'll end up getting investigated for it somewhere along the line.
Absolutely. So if you have overtime and your sergeant's encouraging you to flex it out, that's a violation of the rules. So don't get sideways on that. You usually end up getting shortchanged on it. So with that, I think that's all we have for now on our topics. Again, if you have any questions on anything, We're always available here at the office. Our staff will get you plugged into the right person to answer your question or forward the messages to us. So stay safe out there, and again, look for the survey coming out in the next couple of weeks. Thanks.